Could ChatGPT be any more wrong? I have tried my hands on the AI for a decent amount of time, and frankly speaking, the results are often disappointing. I know the AI fanboys and especially the ChatGPT cult is going to hate me for making this video, but I decided to make it anyways. Let's start. So let me first explain what I was trying to search a solution for. I was trying to find a solution to a problem in the PineScript programming language. For those who don't know what PineScript is, it is a programming language developed by a stock market charting platform called TradingView. In PineScript, there is a default functionality to find out the very first candle of the trading session, as well as to find out the very last candle of the trading session. So suppose that the stock market starts at 9:15 a.m. in the morning, then we can get the data of this very first candle of this trading session. And suppose that the stock market ends at 3:30 p.m. in the afternoon, then we can get the data of this very last candle of this trading session. But there is no default functionality in the PineScript to find out the second last intraday candle. Or for a matter of fact, there is no default functionality to find out any other candle other than the first and the last one. I specifically wanted to point out the second last candle of the trading session. And I was struggling with this problem. I know a temporary solution to this problem, but that is not a reliable approach. So I decided to ask the ChatGPT to help me solve this problem. So it started something like this. I asked ChatGPT how to mark the second last candle of the intraday session every day in PineScript version 5. It quickly gave me an answer, and I thought that was it. I finally have an answer to this long-lasting query from the most talked about artificial intelligence system in the world. I copied the code and pasted it into the PineScript. And there you go. 3 errors. I complained to the ChatGPT that, "You are wrong, the code shows a bunch of errors." ChatGPT, being modest, apologized to me and gave me an updated code. With greater expectations than before, I copied the code again and pasted it into the Pine editor. Yes. Only 2 errors now. Anyone with basic PineScript knowledge knows that this error could be solved by writing TA. Before this word. So I did that. And the error was gone obviously. But, I didn't know what to do about this. So told the ChatGPT that, "You are still wrong. The ta.change function shows an error. Please solve it." ChatGPT, being a gentle AI, apologized again. It said that the ta.change function is not available in the PineScript version 5. And presented an updated code to me. The moment I read this, I knew that it does not know what it is saying. The ta.change function definitely exists in the PineScript version 5, and here is the proof. This is a screenshot from the official PineScript version 5 documentation. The problem was that the implementation of this function was wrong. But instead, ChatGPT decided to deny its existence. Anyways, I copied the latest code that this AI gave to me and tried it again. Whoa! Finally, a code from ChatGPT without any error. I saved this code and added this indicator to the chart. So this indicator is supposed to mark the second last intraday candle with a yellow-colored triangle. Let's see the result. Oops. Well, it is not completely wrong, as you can see. It did mark the second last intraday candle with a yellow triangle. It's just that, the AI got carried away in the emotions and marked a few more candles, like, almost all candles on the chart, you can say. Anyways, let's give it a benefit of effort at least. Since I scolded the ChatGPT a couple of times in the previous responses, this time I appreciated it for its efforts. But then I also told it that the code plots the triangle on each and every candle on the chart. That should not have happened. It should only mark the second last intraday candle on the chart. The AI responded that it apologizes for the confusion and presented me with an updated code that should work as intended. Let's see. I copy-pasted this code. And again 2 errors. And they are the same errors that this AI had made several responses back. So it does not learn from its mistakes after all. I furiously said that, again you have made the same mistake. And I pointed out which lines of code have the error. The cycle continues. It said sorry and gave another code. Before copy-pasting the code blindly, I decided to read it. And I saw this 16 number written over here. So this AI hard-coded the session end time or the market end time as 16 hours. That is 4 p.m. in the afternoon. It's like cheating in the school projects. Not only that, it made this plot shape error for the 100th time again. I confronted the ChatGPT and asked, how can you hard-code the session end value as 16? Different markets all over the world close at different times. Shouldn't the code be generic enough to work on any stock of any market? Also, I told it about the recurring error in the plot shape line. So it apologized again and gave another code. Oh God! Let's try this one also. Wow! Back to square one. We again have 3 errors. 2 of these 3 errors are new. So that's an improvement. And I think the ChatGPT likes this plot shape line of code. Despite specifically highlighting this one, it still keeps making this mistake again and again. So I complained again. Now the security function and the timestamp function show an error. And the plot shape function error is pending since yesterday. I know. I failed in this sarcasm attempt as much as the ChatGPT failed in providing a simple, error-free, and workable solution. So it gave me another updated code. I copy-pasted it. Flabbergasted. 1 out of 3 errors is gone. Yes. Now I was getting pissed. I said that this is getting out of hand. You have generated the same plot shape error for the nth time now. What do I do with so many apologies? If I had a penny every time ChatGPT apologized to me, I would be richer than Elon Musk. Before trying this code blindly, I gave it a glance. And again. The same thing. Oh God. I blasted on the ChatGPT. For God's sake. Do you want me to tell you that the Pine script does not allow using the plot function in the local scope? You cannot plot anything inside an if statement. So it gave an updated code as always. What a sigh of relief. You can see that the plot shape function is no more inside the if statement. This code might work. Let's see. Alright. 2 new errors. I knew how to solve both of them, so instead of wasting my time with artificial intelligence, I decided to do it myself. Instead of security, it should be written as request.security. And instead of NA, it should be 0.0. Okay. Now it looks error-free. Let's save it. Oh, God. A runtime error now. It says that a security function cannot be called inside an if-else statement. I knew a solution to this, so again, instead of wasting my time with ChatGPT, who created this mess, I decided to solve it myself. This entire if-else block should be replaced with a ternary operator. Something like this. I saved it and applied the indicator on the chart. Eureka! In one of the previous attempts, we had yellow triangles on each and every candle on the chart. And now, we have 0 triangles. Absolutely none. I did not want to sound cocky, but I said this. Not only did I solve about 5 errors in your code, but, as the result, I got nothing. So the CHAT-GPT gave me another code. And the sky is blue. I copy-pasted it. And for the God's sake. Same 2 errors again. And not only that. If I solve this security function error, then again, this function is written inside an if statement. I almost wanted to cry. I said, you have repeated the same mistakes again, which took me a few minutes to resolve. Do you want me to cry? Because I am crying right now. Day 42,069. ChatGPT gave me another code and I copy-pasted it. Same errors. It's a hat trick. Congratulations. You have repeated the same mistake thrice, in a row. Be honest and tell me, which phrase represents you more closely, artificial intelligence or natural dumbness? I didn't want to be so rude. But if you are still watching this video, you can very well understand my situation. It gave me some generic typical hard-coded response. Whatever. My mood was totally ruined. I decided to play along with this madness. I asked the most famous artificial intelligence robot, if Ross and Rachel were on the break. And replied that, Ross and Rachel had an argument, and Ross assumed they were on a break. However, Rachel did not explicitly say that they were, so it's a matter of interpretation. Ultimately, it's up to each viewer to decide for themselves. You can't answer anything correctly, can you? It said something, which I did not even bother reading. It's like talking to my cat. And ChatGPT is even that cute. Oh. Something went wrong. Something? Really? Okay, bye.